Uh-oh, door's not up. Welcome to my garage. And I'm going to show you what I just replaced. Shackle brackets, bushings, etc. in here. And right there. Come to find out, upon further inspection, my leaf springs on this side are bent pretty bad. And I'll show you why I think that happened. Because at one point in its 39-year history, this vehicle was an off-road vehicle, and it came into contact with something immovable. And so the only thing that happens when you hit an immovable object, the object that doesn't move, well, you know what happens. So there's that. But, as you can see here, I'm going to show you. As you can see here, this side here is bent up like that. That more over there is more straight. I think that's what it happens to be that way. I mean, if you see the gap here, it's huge compared to the gap over here. On this side, it's normal looking-ish. All right, so what I'm going to show you here, so I don't get copyrighted for the concert that's going outside, I'm going to shut the door here. So, I don't know what else to make of this, but this leaf spring, or shackles for the leaf spring on the right side rear looking forward, as you can see they're bent completely. And you can see right here, it hit something hard and didn't want to move. So it bent these things to ridiculous measures. As you can see, that one is bent. This one is really bent. And so they've been driving on it for whenever that happened. I assumed it happened at some point because it was painted over, and then it wasn't. All these bushings here are just destroyed. As you can see, that one's oblong. So is that one. That one completely ate through and dry rotted. These are the left side looking forward. Same thing. They weren't as bad, but they're still bent. I'll just show you right here. So they're a little bent, but not as bad as that. And of course, you know, all these bushings are just well beyond, you know, proper use. And I still have to replace, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 more, which I'm going to. If I can figure out, if I can find someone reputable enough to find leaf springs at a reasonable price, or I'll just heat them up and bend them myself, which is probably not a good idea. But yeah, it's just, I mean, look at that. Yeah, I think I got to replace the leaf springs. They're just destroyed. Not like destroyed where I'm not going to stop driving it, but oh, let me show you this real quick. See this thing right here? Yeah. This is what I used to this is what I used to bend up the leaf spring so I could get these out. I don't know if you can see it, because like I said, I had to close the door because of the concert that's going outside. But no, I don't know if that was the correct way of doing it, but it is a way of doing it, and it worked. I also used a bottle jack to jack up the leaf springs a little bit, but that is all I had available to me. I know, but yeah, look at that. I have to replace the front ones as well because, I'll show you real quick, because, well, they're the same way. As you see, this one shifts more from the bottom forward. This one is more level. I assume that this is the problem one, because this leaf spring is bent at some point. And it would make sense if this Land Cruiser hits something at some point on the left side. I don't necessarily see any damage right here. Kind of right here though. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't damaged, you know, and they replaced some parts. But again, this vehicle came from Ecuador, so you have to imagine that the parts procurement was a little different than, let's say, up here. They didn't really have a ton of money. Even the government at the time. This was 82 when I think it was this Land Cruiser owned by the Pichincha provincial government in Ecuador from 82 to like 87, something like that. So it didn't have, you know, a parts, you know, supplier. You know, they did, but they didn't have it like they don't really have like an AutoZone you can go to even back then. They have auto parts stores. It's just you get what you get. You know, you go to a junkyard or you make these parts yourself. But yeah, I can see this right here. It's bent, and I think it kicks this way a little bit too. But this goes to show you the engineering behind these Land Cruisers. It's just freaking phenomenal. I mean, I don't know how many cars would, you know, hit essentially a rock, a big enough rock that's so immovable that they kept driving this thing for, you know, 39 more years. And when I replaced these bushings were the same way. You saw that 1 minute video I did recently. And I replaced these were some AC Delco. The other ones I replaced in the back are some bushings I found online from another parts distributor. One of the 4 main ones that you can buy stuff, Land Cruisers parts from. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's amazing that, you know, this engine probably hasn't been rebuilt in 39 years. I would automatically assume that. You know, there's just some things. That radiator is, you know, probably the same one. As a matter of fact, it more than likely it is. You know, it's amazing that over the years that how much abuse this car got, and it still, you know, it still survived. But anyways, I thought it'd be cool to you know, show you what I did. Like I said, I was going to do a video on me taking it apart, but then I'm like, man, it's gonna take forever, and I just decided to do it myself. I'm pretty sure you can find somebody out there that has done this before. Maybe Project Runway Ben, I'm pretty sure he's done it before. I think I seen a video of him doing it. Probably not like I did it, you know, using a steel wedge that you used to like split wood with. But that's what I used, and the bottle jack that came inside the Land Cruiser. That's what I used. Oh, I also used this too. Oh shoot! I also used that too. Crowbar is a good thing to have. It wasn't. I needed a longer and a bigger one because this one sort of I couldn't get enough leverage on it. But you know, it worked. I mean, just basically what the parts I used to remove it. You know, I used this to remove the bushings. The dead blow hammer I used. You know, the dead blow hammer. That hammer. These are kind of cool, and these brass drifts my dad's has had for, probably my grandfather had them. Probably these things are probably 60, 70 years old at least. I guarantee you, my grandfather used these, not during World War II, but when he was he wasn't in the military, but he was in California during World War II, working on airplanes. So I'm pretty sure he was using these as well. So use that, and impact. I got this off Amazon, and where is that sucker at? This, and the bolt was a 3/4 for the Shackle nuts for some reason. I don't know why it's a 3/4. No idea, but it is. Maybe it's not a 3/4. Maybe it's 17. Let's see. That's 17. No. Where's my 19 at? See, this is what happens when the parts and tool fairy must have removed my 19 millimeters somewhere. Dang 'em. Anywho. Yeah, but that's about it, you know. Don't want to bore you too much with all this shenanigans here. But yeah. This thing is a lifesaver, I'm telling you. People, you know, swear by Milwaukee. I swear by Porter cable. 'Cause this sucker is no joke, man. I barely charge that thing. That thing will take lug nuts off your wheel in seconds, you know, and it's heavy. Don't get me wrong, it's freaking heavy. I also have an electric one too, but since I have that, I use that constantly. But yeah, and I put a little bit of grease from this Harbor Freight grease gun on some of the bushings, so I could slide them over the bolt a little easier. And I don't know. I figured that's about it. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them. And you know, when I go and figure out if I'm going to replace those leaf springs at some point, which I'm going to, I'll cue you in on that. I don't think it's really a hard thing to do, but you know, I kind of like working on cars now. I mean, I like working on helicopters, but working on cars is it's the same but different, I guess. Oh yeah, here's my finger I cut the shit out of. Yeah, I probably needed a stitch, but I'm hard-headed. And so I just wrapped it with blue, what is it, painter's tape, and it worked. I bled like a stuck pig, but, oh, I don't know, I'm rambling. See you later. God, man, I get to it. Come on.